Excellent collection connection. Let's see. All right, let's see. Market opens here. Good morning, everybody. Market opens here. Huge trend up right from my line. I mean, you have to love it. Just make sure I have a high of last week on the chart. Huge gap up. I'm not going to be in a rush here. This is the top of that trend channel on the daily here. Gonna top of the trend channel on the daily is this line here. Consequent encroachment of the wick on the weekly is there. This is channel overshoot. Could be the upside exhaustion. This would be a good low risk entry just before market open. A little too bullish to go short, and this candle's a little too big. The size of the risk is a little too high. Let's see if it pushes here. So if you take this, you're now break even from here with a chance of the market going, who knows how far it opens. Okay, so you'd be stopped out. I am ready to go. Let's see one thing. Dear God, I ask for your guidance the same today as every day. Thank you, Lord, for all that you provide. Thank you for this opportunity to trade. Protect my mental well being, my emotional well being, and help me to trade the best that I can. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, so other than getting wicked out here, this is what I'm talking about. Could have been good. Second chance, low risk entry, uh, lower high. If you can anticipate this and enter right before market and get break even. pretty good chance of something going your way. Let's get our open range gap on here. Large gap up today. Open range gap. All right. So we want 50% of this push. I think this gap here is a little unusual. We have a large gap in the data. At 6:45. I don't know what this is about. These two gap downs here are totally bizarre. Interesting. Price is gapping down through this level. No one got a chance to get filled here. Then from this level, we shoot up. Very peculiar behavior here. First minute gives us our inefficiency. This is the initial inefficiency to the downside. High of yesterday, long trigger. Not the kind of bar I like to look for. That doesn't get me interested. I like the level, I just don't like the signal. And I don't know. Perhaps a short from initial imbalance is a little more interesting, or a long from the 20 here. We have confluence with this purple line, which is the 50% of this full leg up here. So pretty clean, super clean reversal in 30-second here. 15-second to 15-second looks good. Really nice print on the 30. Gonna stay with my favorite, the 15 for now. So looking for really clean triggers. Looking for, let's see here, what do we have? Interesting kind of, let's call it order block here, coinciding with this as well. This downswing here. It's coinciding with this moving average. Let me see. So break this channel, retest, get rid of that line. Yeah, want to see a spike up here. Want to see a spike up here into initial imbalance, 50% of this range, and let's see. And I want to try to get short there if I get a super clean signal. Alternatively, I want to get long from the 20 period moving average right here. I will not miss this trade. It does not matter what happens. No outcomes today, just process. That's my plan. I'm going to be super patient. And when I get my, I'm either short from here or I'm long from there. I need a clean trigger. I need it to look nice and clean. This is not that important to me anymore. Actually going to get rid of this. All right. So here we are. Make it easy to see. This is what we're working with right now. Large trend up. All right, so failure to get all the way back to the imbalance is definitely a sign of weakness. However, this is kind of a nice little bottom we're putting at the high of yesterday. The pattern hasn't really broken to the upside too cleanly yet, but you have a down, up, breaks the low, makes a new high. Now we're back in this range here. So along from here, see, buying this is not a terrible setup. Inside up close bar, target an initial imbalance here. Again, the market is just looking a little weak after this huge run up, selling off here some profit taken for sure. All right, got to be ready to execute fast here. Price could have a really fast reaction to this level. So going to be watching this moving average closely. This trade would have lost. Again, market looks a little too weak to get long just yet. Got something going here that looks like this. All right, almost time, almost game time here with this moving average. I'm trying to wonder how aggressive I want to be. I mean, I think this is a great trade. It just comes down to do I get a trigger? Do I even wait for a trigger or do I buy the wick? If I wait for a trigger, the risk could get out of hand real fast. It could just really push up here. Um, I have to think we're going to have some reaction to this moving average. I think I'm definitely going to be at peace with any outcome as long as I get this trade in. And I also think there's no buying here because why buy here when you can buy here? So we're waiting for this. I'm not going to take the first little wick. See, that first little wick is an entry. Enter right in here. I'm not going to be that aggressive with it. I do want to see some kind of trigger. All right.
Order filled.
Just that was the trigger for me. I'm going break even. Push up. Push up. Push up.
Modification rejected. Order Stop cancelled. filled.
One tick. One tick. I was a little slow in my entry. This candle looks good. This is a trigger. I was one tick from getting my target, and then I tried to trail, and my modification got rejected. That's a little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. Part of trading. Got to reset though. No worries. No big deal. No big deal. Of course, that's annoying. There's nothing you can do about it. Of course, it's annoying. There's nothing you can do about it. Let's see. We'll keep that there just for now. The problem is too is I wonder what that does to my trailing stop because that was so much profit. I'm not sure what that does here. Another pin bar trigger long. Gonna be a little bit more patient here. Price is struggling to hold this 20 period. I like this sort of bull flag we put in here though. This initial uh, little trigger bar in the 15-second is still working. If you keep your stop below there, you're still in the trade. Let's see. How can I mentally recover from being one tick away from passing this eval? Easily. That's the nature of trading. And God does everything for my good. So he wanted that exact experience for me to learn from. So that's what I'm going to do. Bear flag. Push down here. One more time. Give me a second trigger long. Perfect. Perfect short. Actually, just about to say, once that goes doji, it's a nice, um, that's a good short. I like that. Short right there. Let's see, so you live and die by luck, and 100% needed luck to pass this account in one day or one trade, and that's okay. The ball didn't bounce my way, but from my perspective, my process and my execution were, honestly, I didn't have great execution. I shouldn't have trailed my stop. I should have just, what can I do? I mean, one tick away. It's tough. It's tough. I'm not sure what I could have done different. I need to figure out how to not have my modification get rejected because that didn't really help any. All right, so we are kind of more or less holding this 20 period now, but no real reaction. So I think we're going to break lower. We're holding it, but there hasn't been a reaction. Low signal work, low short trigger working. Next short trigger right here. Um, and curious what we get from this. Again, it has to be clean. Has to be clean. Inside up close bar is a long trigger. Um,
Order filled.
push, 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 push.
Order cancelled.
All right. 50% of this huge leg is right here. That's a clean bar there. I was in a little early. Kept my risk really small. Definitely could get a reaction from here. Um, definitely a lot more nerves trading with this size and um, the pressure being higher because I have to pass the eval today. So working with a little bit extra nerves, I just have to execute good. This is a really beautiful long. I mean, I should have bought this and then just been patient. It's actually literally a perfect long trigger from the perfect level. Um, and I got a long trigger on the 1 minute. At the close of this, we get it on the 1 minute. At the close of this, we get it on the 30-second. So 30-second trigger long, 1 minute trigger long, 15-second trigger long. Now the question is are we going to get a real bounce here? I like this inducement. 50% of this range is almost coinciding with the moving average here. So a pullback to the 50%. I think you have to get interested in the long here. This is a cliffhanger. Down close bar right before equal highs. Um, it's not an A plus setup for me. Inside down close bar. What are we likely in store for here? Very hard to say on Friday. We could just be getting ready to chop sideways. Um, bad luck here. Little slow on my entry. Barely missed my target by 1%. Trailed my stop too early on this trade. Could call that a mistake. However, protecting my risk, I don't feel too bad about it. I guess I could have waited for this candle, been a little bit more patient, waited for this candle to close, and I would have saw how nice it looked, and then I could have just sort of relaxed. I'm definitely changing my trading style, given that my objective is to pass an eval, which is different from my normal objective. Um, I don't like a simple retracement here, just the A and up. I like A, B, C up for A plus, but we're at the 20 period. Well, in a sense, we're below it. We're also in my least. How much do I want to let that affect me here? See, not too excited. This is a long trigger near the 50% pullback of this range at the 20. I can see us bouncing because a push up here does look close enough to a bounce from this 20 period moving average. So here I'm getting the ABC that I like. You got A, B, now we're at C. Like this to be inside up close.
Order filled.
Inside up close candle, ABC at the 50. If price wants to give us a bounce from the 20, this is a good chance for it to do so. We'll just have to see if what's in store. I have to take this trade because I was calling it something I'm looking for. Um, my instinct is to go break even because I'm not loving this now. Going break even. I want to see it push here. I want it to stop because we're getting a yeah, we were getting a baby bear flag there. Let's see. So okay, no worries. Inside up close again. Tricky. It's trying to bounce. It's trying to bounce. A little bit appears to be a little bit lower volume. So volume dried up quick here. Price is going down on lower volume. Gonna take it. Because that's an inside up close. Price is going down on lower volume. Trendline liquidity taken. I want this trade. Push in my direction. I'm gonna go for this high. Hopefully that'll be enough for me to pass my eval. That would be really helpful. Just push up. Let's give him one more shove up. Um, gonna trail it a little bit.
Stop filled.
Right, stopped out. Break even. All good. Putting myself in a position to win. This looks like a stop point unless big volume comes in. Decent volume. Point of control, pushing lower. Could be getting ready to go sideways. making slightly higher lows. See this get taken and a clean long trigger. I don't want to get stuck with a long bias, too long with a long bias, because we're not exactly bouncing off this 20 period yet. However, Friday mornings you got to be extra patient. Um, Long from this range, we might be doing a range deal now. That is a long trigger there, but I don't love the look of the bar. I like that we took these lows out. Really hard. Not breathing. I'm so nervous because I was so close. It's like being so close, kind of being right. Most of the day, I haven't really had any bad trades, just had bad luck. Um, that is annoying. And I'm just nervous that this annoyance combined with these nerves are just going to tax me a little bit more than I'm super stoked about being taxed. That is a clean looking reversal bar. Um, I love the look of this bar. This is a really nice push up though. I don't want to get short right in front of that, but I love the look of this short and I love that it took this liquidity. Um, so yeah. And I like I said, I like the long from there. And this was I was getting a little irritated that I wasn't long around here. However, I don't like the look of this trigger bar necessarily. Not enough tail on it. 50% of this range for a clean long trigger. All right, that range has already been ignored. So, and that's coinciding with that, which is a good thing. So inside up bar here, big up, big down, big confusion. Yeah, you don't want to be rush on in a rush on a Friday morning to take that kind of trade. All right, what would a professional trader do? Probably reset for a minute. Um, Considering that I've just been a victim of not the best luck, combined with maybe just moving my stop a little too early. Um, Whether I want to admit it or not, I'm probably feeling a little, um, what's the word, subpar, I guess. I do feel pretty good, all things considered. I mean, it's inherently annoying for those kind of things to happen. But the best way to reset in this situation is just to remind myself that the outcome is not really in my control, just the process and my actions. So far I'm pretty happy with my actions and I'm liking the look of my system. My trigger bars are printing some nice entries. I like this entry. Could have easily have gone my way here. I was just one swing early. um, would have liked to have found an entry here. Just didn't see a way to define my risk that I liked. Um, Short there is kind of interesting. 50% of the range, short triggered here. Failing, off the 20 period. um, I would rather go short from a little bit higher in this range. Um, we had, like I said, an order. This is an order block on a higher time frame. It's also the last pullback before a pretty substantial leg, and it's more or less kind of respecting here. That's why I drew it. Let's see. Yeah, my nerves are definitely cranked up a bit here. Let's see. So everything's lining up with this level here. This is a pretty nice institutional level we must be working with. Um, in terms of they're just letting price balance here. They're able to make the spread go up and down. So expansion model in play. Price goes up, price goes down. Price goes up, will price come back down? Kind of want to see these lows taken out now. Um, Alternatively, long from below here is good. Wouldn't be too keen on a short unless it's very, very clean from above. Maybe a off. This is actually yesterday's high now that I'm sort of really paying attention. Yesterday's high, and you got the middle of this swing perfectly lining up with that. Sort of frustrating this shorts here. Uh, this big move, people are shorting the pullback, and it's kind of grinding up on them. Could see a squeeze higher here. Is it A plus? Um, it's not the worst trade I ever saw because the 20 periods here we could bounce off of it. However, you do have a short trigger on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. It's a lower high, um, high, lower high, short uh, trigger here. So long from below here, maybe off consequent encroachment of this or this moving average, could be good. Could is the key word. There are no guarantees. Interesting long here. No trigger, no trade though. Yeah. Oh man, it's been a good morning. I really can't complain too about my trading so far. Love my first trade that I took. Should have passed me the account right here. Um, one tick away, no big deal. Inside up bar after taking this. Little too steep to take the very first signal. So I want to see something fail once. Just the nature of this move is that you get a little follow through before a substantial bounce. That's a nice looking reversal candle though, not gonna lie. Inside up on the 15, nice wick on the 1 minute. This is a decent looking reversal here. Could get a push long here, because we did take the low. Is it worth? Kind of want to see. Let's look at the 1 minute just for a second here. I want to see some volume. Nice pin bar on the 1 minute. That was what was getting me a little interested there. Increase in volume, pin bar closing near the open. Bulls definitely won this push. All right, so just like I was saying, higher, lower, higher, lower. Back up to the 20 here. Clean short signal is hard not to take. However, would they really leave this liquidity untouched and not retest high of yesterday? They could and they would do just about anything, but will they? Not sure. Long from 50% of this is interesting with the clean trigger. You are kind of going long right into the moving average, which let's get the 2 minute on here. I see you pushing up. I'm watching you. Another little long trigger. 2 minutes sloping down. The 20 period on the 2 minute is sloping down. This could give us a reason to take this liquidity and dip, dip lower. Just a little touch and then push lower. This is also inducement. Not going to fall for that trigger. Imbalance here. Could be used as a little bit of a institutional order flow entry drill. Shout out to ICT. To watch this closely. I'm looking for A+ setups. Super clean short. Super clean short, and I might go short. Short signal on the 5 minute. I like to see this work just because it's such a nice looking short trigger. Lower highs. All right, that was pretty clean. I'm looking at other time frames. This was pretty clean. Inverted now. 50% here. Not A+, not going to do nothing. This is an A+ for me. Too many conflicting, confusing variables. Going to be patient. Also, because I can be patient, I'm willing to be patient. There's a lot of alpha in being patient. All right, so inside down close. Starting to look more and more like they want to take us lower. However, we're just basically at the top of the trading range. So all I need to do is capture one of these swings, and I just need to really pick my keep being patient and pick my spots here. Took this low by 1 tick. Nice long looking candle here. Clean spot on the 50% of the swing. Remember how I just said though they want to take us lower, we're at the top of the trading range. So I'm not super eager, keen to just jump in along just yet. Although spike up to here does make sense. And we're pushing off the point of control. Inside up on the 1 minute. Inside up on the 30-second has already printed. Not a terrible long entry right here. Price could really jet fuel. Got highs here, highs here, highs here. You're right at the 20. Hard not to enter right there. Hard not to buy right here. Where does your stop go? Also, it could fail in a heartbeat and you're out the game. So I like the long, hard not to take it. The amount of risk I'm trading with currently, that setup isn't appropriate, but look at it. It is working. And that's probably why I said it was hard not to take. So when we take this liquidity, if we take this liquidity, and currently we're basically getting ready to push off value area high, take the liquidity. It's high of yesterday. Good area to take a swing back short or just to play for just a quick reaction, but need a clean trigger here. Need a clean trigger. And let's see what the volume looks like. Pin bar, volume still pushing. I think they want to push. I think they want to push us up here. Yes, thank you, God. All right, so we're a little bit in no man's land. I don't like trading in no man's land, meaning I like to trade from a very specific level. So whether it's this swing, because you also have the initial imbalance on the 5 minute is here. Let's go down 15 seconds. All right, clean looking bar, super clean reversal. Just like the look of it. We're in this imbalance here. High of yesterday. Break. Retest is basically failing. So this could have been a fake out short. Also, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows. So, second chance lower high trigger here. No, because we are still basically attempting our bounce off the 20. So it makes sense for us to push up here, and definitely interested in a short from here. Lots of buying overnight. Sometimes they do that to set the trap. Lower high, second chance entry. Price did not continue. Are we going to chop around yesterday's high here for a minute? Definitely possible. Everyone wants to know where is 50% of this range. We're almost there. That isn't interesting to me anymore. This is our institutional level. That is redundant. Here we are, bottom of the channel. Price is failing. Touching this channel. Is this good for a bounce here? Back at the 20 period. Big volume. Big push down, big volume. Failing off yesterday's high. Taking this liquidity. Is it good for a bounce? I need a clean trigger. That's interesting. Ooh, buying that is so tempting. That's not a bad trade because it's easy to define your risk, but hard to execute at that point in the candle. I was about to close and I was anticipating inside up here. What is it looking like? This is looking like let's call on our friend the higher time frame. Too high. Reversal. Lower high pin bar reversal looks good for a short. 50% of this line. 1 minute. 150% of this swing. We're right there. Getting a reversal. Getting a hammer. 50% of that swing. Order flow is looking bearish. Order flow's looking bearish here. All right. Called it again. 50% of this swing will be hard not to take if I get a trigger. Kind of the trade that I took yesterday. Bouncing off this institutional level. Inside up close bar. Hard to be a buyer after this and this, but that is a good trade. Very small risk. Target would be these highs probably. Like this short. Pin bar, topping. That's the wick that I measured on the 5-minute. Consequent encroachment. Little bit mixed signals. So it's not A++. Beautiful short reversal in the 30-second. Looks very nice. Lower high. Second chance entry there. Tempting to just sell right here, but no trigger, no trade. I would feel retarded if I lost it. So, that being the case, I'm going to continue to be patient, continue to wait for a very easy pitch where price does it literally exactly what I expected in the exact same way that I expected. And from there, the execution should flow naturally. Appropriate trading decision here is to wait for a short from up here. I'll have to say, one more push up would just be give everyone a great price to get short. Obviously, that's what I'm looking for, but everyone that's willing to short here that are weak hands are just buyers at higher prices. So they're just feeding the inventory to the smart money. Once they get their fill and the price they like, all these people are totally exhausted. Then the move they wanted to happen all day will happen. So this is yesterday's high just triggers lots of algorithms. So it's very, very normal for there to be a lot of movement away from this level. Kind of an interesting long. We're starting to hold the 20 again. About to bounce from it. This is not the appropriate line. It goes there. Close enough though. This is not necessary anymore. Not a bad long right here. Tempting to take it. A little bit of a bear flag though. This is a little clean. It's looking a little clean. And it's Friday, so why not one more time? Like, do them dirty one more time. There's just a certain amount of chop that you expect, and so you wait for it. And until you get the chop that you expect, you kind of just suspicious. Like why? I mean, this trigger literally is still working, but why would I want to sit through this? You know. Um, uh, it sure does look like we're building us a launch pad for the longs. Take out this trend line liquidity. Price failing to displace lower is a signal though, because we're going sideways for real when we should have lower up. We should have had a little bit more of a pullback than this. That is a sign of strength. So we dip and take these lows. I want to be a buyer probably. Maybe a little more dip than that. Who knows? Kind of want to see him take this. Inside up close. Let's see here. Still not the easiest. Still not the easiest trade to take. Friday is chop city graveyard for a lot of traders. And I don't want to be one of them just yet. So I could see us taking the highs, then the lows, then going up. I can just see this getting chopped up because this is such a nice consolidation. Like the banks are loving this. Price isn't going anywhere. Sitting right on top of the 20 period. Let's see if price can do it. So that's a short trigger here. I want to see a long from down here probably now. Test this channel. See, down close, close at the bottom, higher volume. And it swept the top here. So, like I said, highs, lows, then we go. Certain amount of chop. This trigger is still working. Can you believe it? Imagine if I bought this and then didn't touch my stop. I'm just like, I'm begging for mercy at this point. Absolutely. Just being patient, just being super patient. Um, Friday mornings they do this a lot. They just they wear you out and then they rip it. So I don't know if they're gonna rip it all the way up, full follow through outside week, or if they're gonna let it dump finally. I think if I had to guess, push this bottom of the channel, fail at initial imbalance, top of this channel, and then we fail in the day. Um, or we just chop. I mean, you could have a chop day. Huge push up. Excuse me. Huge range overnight. Push up, gap, open up. Large overnight range usually leads to, excuse me, sideways action. So this is fascinating. The market is just cannot and will not go lower yet, like at all, and it's barely, barely, barely going higher. We are sitting right on that 20 period. So what exactly is happening? Other than a lot of people are probably never going to day trade again after watching this, I don't really know. Got to be ready to go long a little bit though. Um, okay, that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. How severe will it be? Tempting to buy this wick. Tempting to buy that wick right there. Didn't like the going down on rising volume. Didn't trust it. Back at our institutional level. Very interesting here. Very interesting level 4 bounce. Bounced last time. Yep, take that liquidity. All right. Nice pin bar for a second. Value area low. Hard to buy here. I wanted to get long here. I like the look of this bar. Hard to buy after this. I've just learned my lesson. I need to be patient on these sharp moves. Just statistically, it's unlikely you're going to get a big reversal. It does happen all the time. Just you're more likely to get a short reversal and a little bit more follow through. Huge selling, rise in volume. I still think we could higher, lower, higher. Um, is it time enough on a Friday for us to be done with this chopping? I'm really questionable. It's still early for a Friday, 9:22. I mean, market hasn't even been open for an hour, and you're going to be done chopping? I don't think so. So the real question becomes, am I long from down here? Oh, that was kind of a nice pin bar. Inducement, double bottom. Uh, but again, such a sharp move. Very hard to know what to do at all times. There's no right answer. There's no easy trade. So I'm not gonna do anything. We didn't take the low, so that does kind of make it somewhat easy, meaning you get a clean rejection off this institutional level. I have a fairly decent reason to get short. 50% of that rejected already. Um, Point of control is 537. Point of control is a little bit higher near this imbalance. Basically in the middle of that. Price has really loved this order block. Key support. Um, if it's clean enough, I gotta be ready to go short off this level here. That's a decent that's a decent topping bar, but it's not the clean one that I'm looking for. It's a little more clean. No volume. Not sure what to do. I don't think many people are sure what to do. That's why the volume's so low. Wicks at the top. I think people want to be a little bit more patient. You are getting a bounce. Yeah, the reversal didn't quite get to the level that I wanted. And I'm being super patient, and that's totally cool with me. The market is an opportunity generating machine. All right, 50% of that is about here. Doesn't bounce there, you can take 50% of this. I said you could take 50% of this. Okay. Just sell that. It's going to take this right now. It's going to dump to this moving average. Yep. See, took it. It's going to dump to this moving average. Consequent encroachment moving average. So playbook is obvious. Highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows. Question is, do we get highs? Again. Inside up close bar. 4 long. Take liquidity. Inside up close. Push up. 50%. Not quite. Barely touching it like this. I don't like getting long there just yet. Actually, what am I going to do? I'm going to use the bathroom and take a break right quick. Waiting for A plus 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 easy pitch. All right. Let's see. You got another inside up close bar. Second chance entry. 50% of this swing is being disrespected. So it could be up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Nice pin bar on the 5-minute happening here. Inside up on the 30. All right. Is everyone having fun yet today? That's a huge buying volume. So the game plan, like I said, has been kind of obvious. All right, we're getting a long trigger here on the 5-minute. This is officially a long trigger on the 5-minute. The best way to make use of it, um, could get long here. Use this institutional level as protection. Um, let's see, boom. New hourly, new 30-minute candle. First hour of the market trading is over. Some people will make decisions here. Moving average. This was point of control. We're pushing up through point of control now. Little pause at it. Let's see here. Break and retest a point of control could be interesting. Little institutional order flow entry drill here in this fair value gap. It's a little too small. This is a 15-second. So you got to let some noise happen. Long from 50% of this, in theory, should be a decent trade. Long trigger on the 5-minute. Order block's been respected all day. Lows taken. Displacement to the upside. Nice looking candle. Didn't get down to the 50, but I like the look of that candle. Simple retracement though. A. Let's get an A, B, C if we can. But this is a very nice looking candle. Absolutely is. Alright. The short signal off this moving average. I think we might be flipping always in long, so I'm not looking for a short right here. Otherwise, that's pretty clean. Lower risk, definitely worth scalping this. Alrighty, well, we got a 30-second trigger here. I like the look of this 15-second candle. It is working. Simple pullback is kind of, I guess, all you need considering this displacement on with volume. 50% of this swing here. I'm looking for 50% because triggers at 50% levels are clear. Everyone can measure 50%, and it's just a map. This is a very clean trend. If we start trending like this, let's see here. All these buyers are going to want to be sellers right here again, probably. If you were long right here, price is getting back close to breaking even. You were shitting your pants this whole time. You probably want to dump and be grateful that you're not getting a margin call. Nice looking short trigger right there. Little too much strength for me to get interested in a short still. Also, pros are taking these people to these shorts to the cleaners right now. They took these longs to the cleaners. That being the case, 30-minute anchor view up. Boom. Right at, did I guess it or did I guess it? We're right at the anchored volume weighted average price from CPI. Let's take this way down. 15-second, I love you. Slowly, prices kind of inside down on the 30-second. Stalling on the 1 minute. 5 minutes pushing up into the 20 here. Is this enough for it to fail again? Wouldn't mind seeing a pullback here and then going maybe back to here. Tiny risk right there. Yeah. Sometimes it does pay to have a bias, and I currently have a long bias here. Did not sell, did not sell, did not sell. So they were thinking about what to do here. They were loving it. They said it made more sense to come here, given that you already took the highs there before going up here. So they came down here, did what they had to do, now they're up here. Holding at the 20, or we're above the 20. We're about to be cleanly above the 20 if we can push up. 50% of this range. So price can totally make a big swing here, a big swing down, and then a big swing up. Um, and it can, because it's a little bit overbought, just grinding up. So stop hunt and then go. How low the stop hunt goes, I'm not sure. Let's take 50%. This swing is lining up at this institutional level. Let's get rid of this line. It's not necessary for me. Try to keep the chart clean a little bit. This moving average. It's not nothing. It's not the most popular moving average in this kind of a market. Actually, now that I think about it, until we start trending, I'm gonna take those off. Bull flag. I have to say, I'm still pretty sharp. I'm definitely locked in still. Super patient, been trading like an hour, 15 minutes. Not too bad. I would have to say I'm reading the market really well. Execution is okay. Um, all my trade decisions, I think, are pretty solid so far. A little bit better luck, I would have been done a long time ago. But the mental practice of recovering from that type of a situation is really beneficial for me. Inside up close bar, bull flag, objective is higher. Possible buy here. I want to see a deeper pullback though. Don't trust it just yet, but that is a low risk long entry right there. Just don't have the moxie to enter 5 contracts and shove my risk right up that close just yet. Technically, the stop belongs below this line here. Like this big high close at the high bar, but you want to see some treachery. Anchored VWAP. All right. This will be a cliffhanger. It absolutely will be a cliffhanger. Gotta be patient. Cannot force this. Equal highs. Price wants to rip up here and take these stops. Technical stop was from here to there. Less than 6 points of risk. Very shallow retracement. Super clean bull flag. Higher objective. Let's see what price just did. Made a clean double top. That's what it just did. Want to have it. We want to have it. Come back to this 50 here and the 20. And then we want to just see it skyrocket to the moon. It's a nice looking long candle right there. Baby bull flag. Nice looking wick on the bottom of this candle. Dip, shallow retracement. Push up, shallow retracement up. Push up, shallow retracement. Just tagged them right there. Not a short yet. This is the level they want. A little bit frustrating to be able to call the market this well, and not I guess, be getting paid for per se, but I can't control what I get paid. I can only get control what I risk, and I'm only willing to risk the A plus setups. So I can call this stuff all day long, um, but it needs to be A plus plus for me right now. All right, from here to here is the same from there to there. So you got a clean, sort of measured move to the institutional level. Shallow retracement push up, retracement, high of yesterday, objective above, wicks on the bottom, bottom of the trend channel, 20 period, huge volume down, can't be in a rush here. Entering that wick is not a bad idea. Long in this wick from this level here. Beautiful candle right there. Too much risk though, the range is too far. Nice looking 30, da, da, da. Kind of a reversal on the 5 minute here. This is looking like a reversal on the 5 minute, although you got 2.5 minutes until it closes. Can easily wind up closing looking like a huge bullish bar. I'm taking this because of the look at it. I'm anticipating this push up here. Go. Here we go. Keeping the risk really tight. Ups a daisy. Super tight risk. Low probability when you keep the risk this tight, but I don't want to get kicked out of this challenge just yet. Alrighty, so very risky. I like the once this was an inside sort of bullish bar, I still think they want this level. And I gotta take my shot somewhere. Was that A plus plus? Was it what I waited for all day? Not really, but given the look of this candle is a really clean long trigger. A little bit tracing because we're at the top of a range. So to be a spire up here, it's tricky. So this is all the liquidity they might need to bring it back lower. Again, there's no easy trade here. Almost did it again. Because that looks clean and the risk is small. Nope, doji. Closed flat. Let's see what we want to do here. Bottom of this channel.
Order filled.
That's a clean looking reversal bar. It just is. And I still think they want to push it up there.
Order cancelled.
All right. Because I got so close to passing by almost one tick, my trailing drawdown just took me out. So I believe
Order rejected.
this account is toast and I'm going to cancel it now. That is a bummer. That's a bummer. I put up a good fight. Let's see. So I guess I'll just end the stream there. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.